Hello everyone, and welcome back once again to Voices of the Void. Last time we finally solved the mystery of that puzzle box, got ourselves haunted by the mysterious creature that inhabits that shack, and actually finished the story mode. Which means that in this part we are going to be converting our save to Sandbox, which is not only going to give us a little bit more freedom to continue, but it's also, from what I understand, going to enable some things that we didn't have access to before. So that's really exciting / scary. Like most things in this game, am I right? We're also probably going to be enabling the silly option, which is also going to really open this thing up considerably. Do not shoot! I know that if you did, I'd be obliterated. But before I do that, there is one thing that I still want to do. I am actually not totally sure how this works, but I've been trying to feed the Argemia plushie, which I read some things that sort of make me think that this won't be here anymore outside of story mode. So we're gonna finish feeding you really quickly before we do that. And we are absolutely exhausted. Look at us. Actually, if I sound a little different, it's probably because I just crawled out of bed, so maybe that's appropriate. Maybe we need to wake up a little bit before we really start playing this. Now, I was trying to figure out where all these points came from in editing. We've got our 500 good boy points, but there were a few hundred more after that. I think it seemed like we got them for putting out that weird fire in the corner. Alright, speaking of that weird fire, we took a little piece of it back here, didn't we? Well, it sure does make a nice desk ornament, I'll give it that. Oh, wait, no, hang on. You guys, watch this for me. You guys are used to arcane magic, right? Does this thing give off light? It does. I kind of feel like I'm gonna regret this, but I have been looking for something to light Erie's pen. I've only made things so much worse, but hey, see, look, she's getting in the spirit. It's a rave. Huh, she's actually got quite a bit of variety in her animations. I can't wait to see how she makes mischief. Wow, that lighting makes you look actually a bit more ominous than the person you're supposed to be watching over, doesn't it? We'll have to find a way to temper that just a little bit. There you kids go. And we'll get you some proper entertainment soon enough. We've got plenty of disposable income now, and all the time in the world. I suppose, in a way, you could take this as us finally settling into our post. No more alien invasions, probably still ghosts, but we always felt like there were some. And all the mysteries we want to solve at our own leisure. So let's put that in. And you know, at this point, maybe I'll transition more to just kind of sitting around in these moments. I'd kind of started cutting a lot of that out as the series progressed, and there was more and more to get through. But I don't know, maybe this can continue in sort of a more chill fashion. You know, oddly enough, there's been a lot of art depicting our treatment of Erie. I almost get the impression some of you guys have sympathy for her. Yep, there we go. And yeah, of course, you're trying to set fire to something that's already on fire. That's why I gave it to you. But yeah, if we were to climb up here and just put you about here-ish, yeah, that would put it a little bit on the high side, but I think it's a fun thing to taunt her. I mean, it's effectively part of her skybox, isn't it? I do really hope she can't actually burn this thing down. And it doesn't seem like the flame moves with it, unless she's actually just set fire to the carpet itself, but I don't think... Wait, what? Erie, what do you have there? I need to... Wait, where... Do I still have the fire extinguisher on me? Doesn't matter, it's out. Ah, you had one of the spoons. Tell you what, you can keep it. You can keep a single spoon, because I think it's funny to have that thermal exhaust port on this whole thing. The one thing that I think you can't possibly cause any trouble with. Radar, still looking clear, actually. Off you go. And in the meantime, before we switch this thing to Sandbox, we need to finish beating Argemius so we can get what we're getting from that, because good lord, that's been put off for so long. And I think because we're close, I'm gonna start doing it in increments of 15 shrimps. There you are, just as I was in the middle of shredding the last stuff. Boop. And we can bring you over. And this might actually be enough to do it right here. I don't know. Oh, there was another one still here. That's good. That just brings us closer to fixing you. Just waiting for the jack-in-the-box moment when this box breaks and you inevitably make the loud sound of eating multiple packs of shrimp at once. Like the creatures that bear your image. Or is it the other way around? I'm not sure. In any case, there we go. And you lay another egg. Get in there, you. But it's still not enough. We've got to be getting close. You know, in this part, I do want to figure out whatever it is going on with the skulls. So we're going to take some inventory of that. But one thing you guys have told me is you've clarified the purpose of the mailbox. See, last episode, and I have tested this, I misunderstood this. What it was really saying wasn't that things won't be saved in here. What it was saying is that anything in containers that you put in here will not be saved. So say if we were to fill up a backpack or a crate or something and put it in here, the contents of that would not be saved, but the container itself would. And so, worst comes to worst, we can have a look at some of these skull sites and just move them between saves. Which I kind of think is what's going to end up happening. I think there was supposed to be one at the white patch in the ground. And through just regular play, it's been knocked around somewhere. But good job, Killjoy. Feels good to be able to retire early, doesn't it? That, however, is not the only thing we need. We are going to order another 15 shrimp, but also we've got to order the stuff for the fan art. So, actually, hang on. Before we mess with that, let's just go you, and we'll just keep the difference, because I feel like we've got to be reaching the end of this at this point, right? Or it's just not going to work, and we've been wasting our money. We can also have you fix servers locally. Oh, hey, the original safety Glock must have been shucked around somewhere. Which reminds me, I believe we do actually have one more thing to print. So let's go back this way. Yeah, boop. Also, I realize there's nothing stopping me from just printing an obscene amount of any one thing. But we never did get the mini Alan Wake, did we? Oh man, there's just so much out here. Please do not stand directly in the path of the crate that's dropping, thank you. I have no idea if that can destroy you, but I know you can be destroyed. And, not for nothing, but you should know that too. Here comes the mini Alan Wake. Oh, look, he's even in the right pose. Oh, we are totally putting you on top of the desk. Seems like Alan Wake is done. You are done. Why was I just taken right back to being a kid, hiding under his covers because the Are You Afraid of the Dark intro just started? Wow, that was creepy. That or somebody's running their fingers along the edge of a glass of water in space. Thank you. Now, that stuff should have broken open by now. Kaboop. A lot of stuff. And you are still quite suspiciously not completing your task. Oh wow, it's not just any mini Alan Wake, he's wearing the hat too! Come on, you. I actually think it would be kind of funny to have you sitting on the wall here if we could get it to work. Yep. Can we make it happen? I think we maybe can. These things tend to be pretty stable. Oop. Yes, there we go! Oh my god, that is so funny! Oh, this is like one of my favorite things we've done with one of these printables. Alright, but no time for play, still got work to do. Quite annoyingly, I'm starting to think it doesn't work more than once. Because I really feel like you should have turned by now. Man, we've wasted like so much money on this. That's kind of irritating, but we do have fan art, and we have got to start changing these things. You know what? We do have a lot of extra wall space here in the ATV bay, don't we? Boop. Yeah, I think this would be a good place to extend our fan art room to. First things though, we've got to get rid of these pallets, and thankfully we have just the tool for the job. By the way, some of you suggested something we could do with this, and I already have a prediction, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Not destroying these because I'm told pallets have some uses for moving heavy objects, although I am aware of the seeming redundancy of saying that while I'm doing this with the gravity gun. I figured this one would be good for the Hall of Creepy. You know, freak out the next person who stays here wondering what this is depicting. With the one element of the control room being fairly obvious. But the canvas of the wall of the ATV bay proved to be quite good as well. And it seems like you guys have gone into an entire genre of people just watching Eerie in containment. To be honest, I understand why. And here's me being fed, and some references to some previous series, which I'm going to call fair game, considering we literally titled the last episode after it. Actually, maybe I should have checked the tree guard's employment history first. Wow, you're pretty loud to start with. But anyway, if we are going to do something today, it's definitely going to be getting our skulls in order, which is something I don't often have to do, but more than you'd think. I believe we should have 6. Look, there's 2 over at Stonehenge, Ati is here in the sauna, and then there's 3 more in the other bay. 6, right? But there should be a 7th, that's what you've all said. Actually, in the last season you all said 6, but now it's 7. And the wiki seems to corroborate that. Which means I just don't really know what to make of this. Now, let's take inventory of where we found them. First one was in the cave, we found that. Then there was one underneath that weird cylindrical object after it took off. We dug that up, that's 2. Third was Ati. We found him buried in a suitcase, and we helpfully took him for the ride of his life. 3. 1 by the radiation capsule. 4. Oh, right, 5 was downstairs. 5 was in our basement. Where was the 6th? Oh, right, 6 was actually at Stonehenge. Which just leaves the 7th. Okay, there's that signal again. After all day together, she does not seem to have taken mini Alan Wake, so I guess Eerie is still good in that department. And if anything, ever since we put her in these walls, we're just adding more and more surveillance. Adding you, lighting up your enclosure. And you're not happy about it, but to be honest, I don't really care. And I think after tonight, we're gonna switch this thing over to Sandbox and really get started with, well, the point of this. Oh, before we do that, though, we should probably, only because I'm gonna totally forget otherwise, we need to climb under here and retrieve our camera. Now that we know about the body under the tree, which I'm not sure how many of our former coworkers that brings us to, but it's more dead coworkers than should be under your base, is all I'm saying. Yep. There we are. I also seem to have left some of the gore behind. I kind of figured the roaches would get to it, but sadly, I found the flesh to be quite inedible. If we go like this, there we go, and we turn on the lights so we can see what it is we're supposed to be doing, and that incessant sound goes away. Thank you. You told me, some radar contacts returning, that we should aim at the crack and try to fire in. Hang on. Why can't you fire? What's the problem? Hey, I just realized that there's a drive in here. Don't remember when that happened. Fog is setting in, so that's always a good sign. Well, that noise sounds like the cries of the condemned. Good lord, I don't know if that's actually supposed to be something, or if it's just the sound of water hitting object. It is not just the sound of water hitting object. Hey Eerie, what happens if I do this? Nah, she's still just chilling. She really is a pretty easygoing personality. She's just acting out because, I don't know, maybe she just likes the attention? She was buried out there for who knows how long. Some of you actually suggested that she is not the spirit of a child, but actually another former resident of this facility, which, I don't know, for some reason that kinda tracks for me? Oh, what am I doing? Here I am once again. When I have too much free time on my hands, I end up forgetting that we've got a job to do. Yep. So put you back there, put you in here. You know, funnily enough, that actually works perfectly well as a signal from space. But I'm sure you'll agree we can't help but hear a rasping voice. Oh god, I've left the garage door open. Okay, grab you. Open this. You know, I feel kind of silly because I thought that all of this was going somewhere. Last season, feeding Argemia 100 shrimps led to being rewarded a cash prize of 2,000 credits. Don't ask me where it comes from. But it seems like that's not to be. There you go. Let's not forget, we do still have this ritual knife. And some of you have told me that there is, as with most things, quite a convoluted Easter egg in order to use it. Well, at least for how to use it for anything other than self-mutilation. I'm still afraid to touch it, though. Does it? I forget. Does it have a description? As with many mysterious things in this game, it does not. Well, it makes a great desk ornament, which, by the way, what happened to the clicker? I'm starting to think maybe that's the thing that broke. We'll have to print ourselves another one if we can't find it. I had to get the drone again because I had to frantically order boxes to send out the right report this time, because apparently I had a deprecated one that I found on the ground. But I guess it's right for some date. Back to basics, I suppose, but if anything, this room is just proof that there is no going back to basics. That no matter how in control we manage to get at this job, which is basically the closest we're going to get to a Night at the Museum game, I'm realizing, we're always going to be changed by it in some way. It just doesn't have to be a bad thing. But we only need 2 level 3s for the day, which we are already going to have. And tomorrow we're going to make a trip to Stonehenge, get all our ducks in a row. First time turning down the volume. Being able to decipher that would certainly be interesting. Man, imagine how many more people would do this job if they were actually finding things this crazy on the regular. Actually, we definitely have made contact by now. Many times, in fact. I've said it before, but this is more or less my ideal life. Sitting here, doing work that I'm good at and getting paid for, all surrounded by crazy nonsense that I've accumulated throughout my career. And staring out at the creepy blackness outside. Creepy and comfy, some might say the situation is. Actually, I suppose it's not all that different from what I'm doing right now. I just wish there was more paranormal influence in my real life. Yeah, but then again, that's a monkey's paw type of wish. You're getting done. I think at this point we should probably try and maybe get some sleep. You know what? How long has it been since I've actually used the sleeping bag? Oh, and Killjoy, I forgot you were over here. Follow me, you're part of this too. Yep. Oh man, I cannot see a thing when I'm holding this. Here we go. You know, if anything, you could consider this part of the eerie surveillance state. You idle here. Let's get some rest. This game has a really weird, like, reverse difficulty curve, doesn't it? Where in the beginning you're thinking, oh man, how am I gonna get all these signals? And then by the end of it, it's just like, okay, I probably have to remember to spare a minute to do the signals before I do whatever other nonsense I want to do for the day. Something big happened. Something really big from the sound of it. There we go. Eerie. Just dancing in the light of the fire. Really all we've done is brought whatever paranormal nonsense was going on out there and brought it back here. I mean, for all I know, this anomaly is the reason why that area was restricted. You know, if we were to think about what this place actually is, since, you know, we've said since the beginning we're clearly being lied to, could one say that maybe this is just an outpost for, like, an SCP or FBC type institute? I mean, think about it. There's a lot of weirdness concentrated here. It's all monitoring equipment, and some of it seems built to monitor us. I don't know, perhaps having someone here... Actually, some of you suggested that this whole thing is an SCP, and I'm just a role that needs to be fulfilled to keep this thing contained. That's why it's such a revolving door. That's why all this crazy stuff that I send out gets met with a resounding, "That's nice." Because all we're doing is playing a part that keeps this whole place placated. Placated. I might be a little bit tired. Frankie, you could not have timed that better, honestly. But what are we doing? I really don't think we're going to see anything on the cameras anymore. Except our own vast loneliness. It is a good way to remind ourselves of just how alone we are. 50 days! Nearing 2 months, no one has physically been around to check on us. Although someone did physically set up a catapult. Couldn't even say hi afterwards, after getting a good laugh. Oh, huh. Wait. I'm being fed. I'm being fed right in the middle of the main chamber. Been a while since that happened. A lot has changed since then. All of them are seeing this. And I saw that. I think I managed to bump into you. That's useful, isn't it? I'm just so glad that they actually survived everything that's come through here. But I guess now that the series has ended, or at least the events have ended, I might as well fill you in on some of the stuff you guys told me about the lore of the Arirals. See, you said that they are fleeing their authoritarian government, and the other things that have come down, those golden machines, those are called the Rosatals, again, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, and they are essentially allied with the Arirals who have fled. Or actually, I'm not sure, is it with the ones who have fled, or is it with the oppressive government? Either way, the Wisps were inserted and then removed, so it kind of makes their motivations hard to judge. Apparently, as with many things in this game, they were the result of, or they're left over from previous projects by the same developer. Some of which you'll have to try out on this channel at some point. I mean, why not, right? But we are already good boy points ready for today, and I think in a moment we'll head out towards Stonehenge. Alright, Ati, it's just about time to go. Yeah, you've had quite a time, even in what should have been the safest place. There's you. You might have to leave the grav gun behind. And 3 of your friends. Collect, collect, collect. And let's get going. Actually, this area being fenced off, the trees being super dense around it, I wonder if this isn't just like a clearing where nothing grows, or a clearing where the entity that owns this made sure nothing would grow, made sure to keep this clear. I mean, if anything, maybe it's more fertile than other places. In any case, let's save our game in case we trigger something right here now. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 skulls right at the location where they're needed. Which means just one more to go. If we can only find it. So unless it's somewhere else, we need to try bring you in from another save. So that's what I'm going to do right now, and in the process, I'm also going to convert this to Sandbox. Hello, I was just going to make a Sandbox game to see if I can find the skull, but it looks like there's a whole bunch of other maps we can try. Okay, well that's something to think about. Feels kind of strange at the end of it all to be starting our march to the base all over again. And this time, even feeling like I know this game better than ever, it'll just never fail to be spooky. This must be like the 4th or 5th time I've made this walk on the channel. And every time those sounds from the woods get me. It's so weird coming back to the base and not seeing it lit up at all. But we have all the parts needed to build a Kerfus, so that should be funny. Right, we have to turn everything on from in here. So unnerving to the point where I believe it's deliberate that the ATV spawns without its parking brake on. Right, I had forgotten. Hey Melvin, long time no see. That was your name, right? I've honestly forgotten. Honestly, Zim is so much better, but don't tell you I said that. Oh boy, I screwed that up, didn't I? Also really unnerving to be walking through here knowing what all these guys are gonna become. Here we are, haven't even been inside the control room yet. And already we've got Elster's Kerfus. By the way, that's where this save comes from, or rather this mailbox. Well, you are as good a companion as any to join me in this corpse retrieval. There we are. Hey, honey, I'm home. Wow. I had forgotten how much this place changed. Okay, so do we wait for morning? But in the meantime, I guess it's just kind of a sleepover where I literally don't care about the job for the first time. At least I have a companion to do it with. Anything on the radar, Night 1? Just a whole lot of things around here, and most of it's the ATV and the camera. Yes, yes. Curfus? Are you getting up to some silly shenanigans? Curfus? Where'd you go? It's been a while since I tried to sleep in a room with one of you. And a bolt and a china shop. Where did you go? I'm just trying to wait for morning so that I don't have to worry about getting lost in the dark. Curfus? It's weird enough being on this world. I mean, it feels so empty now. Curfus! Curfus, how did you manage to get yourself locked in the meat locker? I can't even have a throwaway world meant to basically edit another save without having weird stuff happen in this game. Oh my god. Why do you have to be right around the corner like that? You really are possessed. What do we... I'm not trying to sit... What do we do about this? And I was intending to use you as a flashlight out there. You know what? Don't worry about it. You're fine where you are. Just be calm. Literally have no idea what to do with this. You're gonna run out of battery in there. Here we are. And there it is. So something must have just, like, happened to it. Either that or we never got the Stonehenge one of two things. So let's go. I'm pretty sure we did get the Stonehenge one, though. I don't know, like, I don't remember exactly when I found them, so I'd have to go back and check tape, which is, you know, at this point the series is like 20-something hours in length, so not doing it. So, after being compelled by some unseen force to take this job, ride all the way out here in the dead of night and find a skull in the woods and place it in a mailbox, I'm left with the ominous feeling that someone somewhere is benefiting from this. I may not be able to find what I'm looking for, but why do I get the ominous feeling that something about my reality is fundamentally changed? To be honest, this Dr. Kell is used to it at this point, so doesn't really pay the thought much mind. But there is an odd compulsion mannequin to go check out the mailbox. Did we just pass over like a weirdly degrassed area of grass? Alright, here you go, Eerie. She being good, Alan? She being good, Mark? She being good, Killjoy? Alright. The Panopticon is serving its purpose then. And let's see... No. No, why not? Alright, skull retrieval save number 2 literally have not entered the building. Although I did discover a helpful bind for debug teleport, which brings us right back to base. And I had to do quite a save shuffle to make this happen, but let's save here. And we'll see if we can finally get this working. Anything in the box? No, nothing. The skulls don't seem to transfer for some reason, and that's really aggravating. Maybe we can just spawn it? I mean, this is Sandbox. Look, some yogurt's been actually spawning outside our window. But that is so friggin' annoying. Like, what happened to this thing? The only other thing I can think of is that I did get it at some point and that I'm missing it somewhere. I just don't see any other way for this thing to still be missing. Now, what I would do is just create another save and get all the skulls there so that there we can see what it is we're supposed to see. Problem with that is the one underneath the cylindrical object, because I have no idea how we just make that one happen. I know it's tied to an event, but you know what else we maybe do? Some of you told me that one of our first orders of business in Sandbox should be to head towards that pipe. Oh, Q accesses a menu. Hang on. Oh, we can even scroll and filter and do whatever. Also, I did notice that Argemia did not despawn, but I'm kind of worried that maybe there's spoilers here. We could just spawn a skull. But maybe there's like a generic skull that doesn't count towards it. Like I said, I'm not sure. I almost don't want to spoil things by looking through here. By holding down Q, it's actually very, very reminiscent of Gmod. Just another way this game is paying homage to the Source engine. But you know, for as much as I feel like it wants to ride on the shoulders of the Source engine, it doesn't realize that it's its own giant, that it has its own feeling that it's developed. Where is it? There we are. God, the parking brake on this thing is good. Yep. But there's nothing here. Although I do see something all the way in the back. Oh. We're going to have to send out Killjoy or else we're going to end up missing our job for the day. Should have done it much earlier, to be honest. And what we're going to do is, I believe we already spawned ourselves a skull? No. There we are. How do I get out of this? Okay. And back to Stonehenge with us. Maybe I'm not actually meant to be able to get into the pipe. Maybe I'm just meant to see it from a distance, because I don't think that thing was there during the story mode. But we can almost see the change to... We can almost see the change to Sandbox mode as a change in Dr. Kell's perception of things. It's been a while since we've been fishing, hasn't it? But let's make sure we have a save, and let's make sure we have a distinction. A distinction between the skulls. Oh no, it just says bone. But so does this. Okay, so maybe we're not screwed? I was told to place them in the middle, in the scorch. Nothing seems to be happening. Yeah, I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, or if it just doesn't work this way, but it's something we're gonna have to revisit. And I'm actually kind of out of ideas for things to do here, but I'm not out of ideas for things to do in this game. Oh right, I almost forgot to go into the menu and turn on the funny setting. There we go. Now, who knows what kind of nonsense that will enable. I'm guessing all the stuff that I've been expecting and just hasn't been working. In fact, since we're not going to get to see the skulls in this episode until we work out a solution, why don't we go for some other long-standing thing you guys have wanted me to do? Oh, speaking of, some of you told me that there is actually no way to access the green box in the woods now. However, there may be more to do with that in the future. Nature of early access, just, you know, more stuff for Season 3, potentially. But there is something else you guys told me to do. Do we still have the gravity gun? Yes. There's going to be another one of those save moments, but you asked me to stick it in the microwave. Now, that didn't yield good results for us in the last part, but we had the power of infinite saves, so what's to lose? Now, predictions. given what this is a reference to, I sort of believe maybe it'll turn blue and become even more powerful. Or maybe the energy contained within will rupture and destroy the entire hemisphere. Either way, I won't be around for it to be my problem. Hello? Oh, you came unplugged. Yep, I don't know when that happened. Probably when you exploded. Yep, I thought it would be something like that. This thing's about to hit 88 miles an hour. I suppose it only makes sense that it would have odd gravitational effects. Everything's gonna be fine. Oh god, the door is trying to open. But I guess it doesn't count as open because it's still microwaving. Remember, it's in there for an hour. Oh god. I hope Killjoy doesn't come back while it's like this. I'm afraid to run past it, but I hope Killjoy doesn't come back while it's like this. That would be awful. Oh, you know, you're in there! Come on, no, come on. This way, this way, this way. This way, please. Yes, thank you for the reports. That was the wrong button, but honestly, you're probably better off this way for now. Here, you just, keep watch. Oh man, your clothes are all left in a pile on the ground. It's like you've been raptured or something. Are you still going? Was I actually right in my prediction? Holy heck, that is really cool. All right, close. Oh, it's the table that's making that noise. Are you gonna stop at some stage? Thank you. Okay, so what does our ultra gravity gun do now? It's literally just a fizz gun. That is so cool. I mean, I had talked about how this was becoming its own thing, but that doesn't mean I don't appreciate the homages. I wonder what all it can be used for. Get out of my way. Needs a little bit more force than I would have thought for something so small. But you get the idea. 417 points on this thing. I want to invest more in this. I want to expand this operation. I gotta say, I just love the way the shadows fall over this. The duality of man, going back and forth between wielding limitless power that no one should have, and just appreciating the ambiance. You know, you have a button, it has a purpose. But some of you said that there is a way to have a little bit more fun with these guys than we've been having. Now, I knew that by shaking around we can get a lot more out of our throws than normal, but I've mainly been using it to destroy coal. Somehow I'd never thought to use it for these purposes. So, yep! That is so funny. And I bet if we were to do this with some technique, we could do an even better job. I wonder... Do you think Eerie likes the opened alien yogurt? Oh no, she doesn't. Alright, more for me. Or actually, maybe I'll leave some out for the kids. The roaches don't ever seem to go for it. If only I could get rid of these lockers. I would like it if I could mount a flat-screen TV over here for them. I'm really just trying to find things to do with my money now, but at the moment I'm just kind of focused on essentially doubling our crypto capacity. I've ordered 4 additional GPUs, I've made the electronic scrap out of drives, and now I just need some metal scrap to bring it home. One thing we could actually spend our money on, and it's something that I'm not sure is in the normal game, is the cell gun. I actually don't remember if that was there in story. But some of you said it's actually really, really worth the investment, because what this does is it enables us to just point and sell at anything at will, immediately giving us the value. Not necessarily the store value, but, you know, the sell value. If so, that would be hugely convenient, and hey, it's an excess, right? Not only will it make money for us, it'll allow us to flaunt our immense wealth. Here we go. I do wonder what home base actually thinks of our purchases. Oh no, huh? I can still hear the buzzing of the drone in my dream. Wandering some immense maze of tall pillars. I wonder if we'll hear the drone leave. No, I think being in a dream freezes time, but is this starting to fill with water? I do believe so. Will we rise with it, or will we drown? That is the question. It doesn't seem like there's actually anything I can do about it. There's not even any splashing. Maybe there's something I can find before time runs out? Well, it's most certainly too late now. My running seems to be getting more panicked and movie as I go. My running seems to get more panicked and erratic, shaking the camera all over as I go. I tripped and fell right into Erie's pen. That's a potentially deadly mistake. You know, like falling into the lion enclosure. Good looking out, buddy. He looks so done with this. Mark doesn't get bored, though. Our sleep is even worse off. We could break these down for metal scrap, but we need 3 more. Which means another dozen pieces of metal trash, so I'm thinking I'm gonna head out for the Trash Kingdom. It's not ideal this time of night, but hey, I'm getting a little bit restless, I'm not gonna lie. Thank you for the reports, Killjoy. I actually went and reloaded a save because I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna be able to find enough metal scrap anymore. And I read from somebody at some point that you can get it from buying buckets, although I probably should have thought to try using these spoons. Alright, well, you can just idle here for a moment. We'll try that in a bit. Yeah, but in the meantime, people say that buckets are the most cost-effective way, or I should see if there are any, like, 10-credit drinks we can get from the machine. Although I suppose we will have to drink our verification cans to continue in that case. 7 spoons. Do not make metal scrap, meaning this is totally pointless, okay? This thing kind of becomes a graveyard for all the stuff we can't recycle. Oh god, no. Nope, 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 save the GPUs! Save the GPUs! Get them out! Get them out! Alright, I ordered 4. Some of you guys have water in you. Oh, what have I done? Yeah, no, stuff is just disappearing on the table here. And I don't understand why. So, this is gonna be one of those... Okay, let's make this our first use of just kind of using Sandbox to spawn stuff in for ourselves. Yeah, I spent the money... I should have the stuff. I'm not going to abuse it, but I feel like this is fair. Now, go like this. We can only make Drive Plus. Why is that? We should be able to make a... We should be able to make a cooler. We have 4 metal and 4 you guys. Unless... Wait, wasn't there something else? Oh, right. I had forgotten. We need a couple of accumulators. Alright, well... Investments are investments, I suppose. And those we did not legitimately buy and lose. So there we go. This will all enable us to get another, I think, 4 GPUs going. Alright, now we can make a cooler. And we can head upstairs with all our GPUs. And not actually do anything with them because we don't have the money for scrap metal. I think we can put 1 of them on now. But that's about it. The sudden silence after the deafening roar of all the physics glitching out is a lot. A lot to process. There you go. And There you go. And your efficiency is now 40%. Actually, I think that might be all the cooler can handle. We might have to already build another thing. Rise and shine once more. And we really need to figure out a focus here. That's the difficult thing, is that I just don't know where to end this video now. Normally I'd do it right after some major event, but since we've no more of those coming, we're gonna have to make them for ourselves. I'm encountering a weird thing now where every time I load a save, the lights are off. And that's not the only weirdness that's happening. I don't know if you guys noticed this in the last part. I noticed it and it was driving me crazy. At certain points in part 15, it seems like it's really exaggerating like background noise, whether in real life, like keyboard sounds and such, or even the in-game ambiance. Like, it's just really loud and garbled and weirdly mixed. And I went crazy. I went back into the Vegas timeline, couldn't find anything, watched the render, nothing. I have no idea why it's like that, and I don't know if anybody else noticed, because nobody else is talking about it either. But it's so consistent for me in certain spots, and I don't know what the purpose is. Hello? You kind of stuck to the... Are you the missing GP... What? Should we just ignore you since we spawned one in? Maybe you can be... Maybe we can think of like a desk decoration idea for you. In the meantime, I'm far too tired for this. I just had an idea for something we can do. It's gonna need gas. Okay, in this case, we are going to need to get out there as quickly as possible because we do not want these things spawning together. Thank you. Okay, buckets have to be removed on their own. Oh my god, these have got to be some of the buggiest items in the game. Like, just consistently spawning inside each other. Well, I guess stacking inside of each other is part of the purpose of a bucket, but it's still not what I want here. There you go. And there you go. How will your temperature be? It seems to be holding fine for now, but it's not ideal. So we're gonna leave it at that until we get more coolers. The number I had seen on Reddit is 1 cooler for 3 GPUs. So I think that's... I don't want to risk more for now. But as for our grand plan, which we may want to protect right now, just please, none of you get hit. Get out of the way. Last season, we got incredibly lucky spawning a certain entity. And maybe, just maybe, we can recreate some of that luck. This is actually a place where the grav gun might come in handy. So let's grab this. Sim, you'll finally get some of the recognition you deserve. You know what? You can watch. That's honestly fine. Put this in front of the door so that something coming through, it won't stop the doors from opening, but it will make it so that something has to push in, which is exactly what we want. Now, these 3 gas cans right here, something like this is what saved us the first time I did this. The first line of defense is over here on the ramp leading up to this place. I'm not sure how this works exactly, so I need to keep my bases covered. Now, we'll hold you, and we'll get our Gemia out of here. And other than that, all we're gonna need is quick access to the roof after doing this. There we are. And this works now that we have the silly option. You just wait in here. I don't think he'll come for you. Thankfully, autosave is off, and we just need to get onto the roof to make sure that it goes the right way. Go, go, go. We need to get over the bay as soon as possible. Up here. There's some rotten shrimp on the roof. We'll give that to Eerie later. You hear it coming, don't you? You can hear it on the wind. There's a microscopic 256 fuel can here. I'm sorry, I'm in the middle of something. I don't have time for this weirdness. Can I... Not enough space. I mean, it must be hyperdense. It's enough to fuel the ATV 2.5 times. Just the sense of paranoia, just waiting for something. Now, those of you who watch Season 1 know exactly what I'm trying to do. I fell down. I thought I had more room. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I thought I had more room, but it was actually the garage door I was trying to stand on top of. Go, 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 go. That's actually potentially disastrous. I should have peed on the way here. I'm about to start falling asleep. I don't know if I have anything in my inventory that can help deal with that. Is it coming? Or is it just letting me sweat this out? The longer I wait, the worse it feels. Let's switch to the glow stick. We really do not have the battery for this. It's still playing those sounds. I don't recall it taking this long. Can I make a run for it? Too tired. Hide. Yep, here we go. Come on. Wherever you are. Right this way. Right this way. It might not have come the right way. But it's on its way. I hear it! I think it's still alive. I think it survived. Okay, over here. Over here, underneath us. Boom! Oh god, the entire bay's on fire. I hope this doesn't do any permanent damage. But we've done it again. Me too, Rufus 0. And now I've got to find a fire extinguisher that actually still works, and it looks like that number is fewer now. You don't work, right? No. There's like no working fire extinguishers anywhere. But it looks like everything is fine in the end. You know, last time it was an accident. But accidents are how discoveries are made. I mean, look at penicillin. And I'll make the same joke I made last time. Somebody sent in the dancing lobsters. We can safely save now, and what this means is that we now get the Thick Fist plush. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to get this again. I thought last time was just a total fluke. I'll never be able to defeat that thing again, especially since I'm pretty sure it touching you is an instant kill. Although, you guys have told me I've never actually seen that happen. Guys, watch Season 1, because it was nuts not knowing anything. But this thing actually serves a function. That horrifying sound on command. Actually, you would not be a bad companion for Eerie. Hey, will you mess with plushes? I mean, you're a plush yourself. Look, he's just sitting there all shy, hands in front of him. He wants to be your friend. Oh, you'll come around. Eerie, that's not what I meant. You know, Liberty, you really should be teaching her some manners. I mean, you may be devilish, but you still behave better than this. So where to next? Imagine the strength to be able to just push this thing around like it was nothing. It actually came in the front doors. I should have checked that it was locked. I don't think the locks would actually have stopped it. But this is why we layered up like this. It was actually necessary. Both of these went off. I'm pretty sure in the first series, it only took 2 gas cans exploding to do it. This time it was like all 6 of them. So maybe you got a buff specifically to defeat that strategy. What you didn't count on was my ability to waste money. Look at this thing. It may not share the same proportions as Thick Fist, but it's got those little T-Rex arms. Wait, will the grav gun lift you? It won't. Wait, the grav gun is back to normal. I mean, it happened before, but it's only now that I'm actually paying attention to that fact. Oh, wow, he laid waste to this. Wait, no. No, oh, good. I was really worried I couldn't lose a second day, Lamau. And what about Tattletale? Where'd Tattletale go? Over here, okay. The security team, you know what? Huh, maybe it wasn't the explosions that did it. Maybe Zim and Tattletale pressed that button and delivered the fatal shot, or at least weakened it enough that it could fall victim to the remaining explosives. I like to think they did their job. But speaking of doing your job, I've been doing too much of a job. I'm in rough shape. And you can live a little while longer. I mean, I'm not in any mood to judge right now. Look, down on the right, we can see him just undulating. Look, he's wounded. He's trying to crawl his way out of the bay. Oh, he's trying to crawl into the river he crawled out of. Oh, nope, he expired, sadly. And the buddy under the tree is making his displeasure known. I suppose with so many corpses around, it's not out of the question that this place could be haunted. Like regular haunted, not even demonic or anything like that, like we've been seeing. Alright, well, we're obviously always going to want to be microwaving this guy. Yep. And we can probably get away with as little as 15 minutes? Okay, whoop-de-doop-de-doo. Those explosions really screwed up a lot of things. Hopefully... Yeah, it seems that pretty much everything in here stayed fine, which is the primary thing I was worried about. So as long as we get these things set up for the day, I think we should be alright. One thing that's really annoying, I was just going to do the skulls on a Sandbox save, but the problem is the one underneath the Rosatal ship, it requires you to get a specific signal before it leaves. I found out that that's what causes it. So that's not something I can make happen in a hurry. Just get a couple more pictures of your stupid carcass on the ground out here. Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful. You know, one of these days I'll see what happens when you get me. But that day is not today. Hey, Killjoy, when you go to get the reports, get a load of the loser on our lawn. Look at this big red piece of crap. You don't even have to acknowledge... Wow, he like looked up. He glanced at you as he went by, like, help. Also, is it just me, or are you getting louder as we add more GPUs to you? Which makes, you know, obviously it makes sense, but, you know, it's something that I wonder if it's going to be a factor. But I believe our journey starts by heading out towards Uniform. Where the heck did I leave that ATV? I used to park it reliably in the bay, but as time has gone on, I've become more like my old co-workers, just kind of lazy. Yeah, boop. So lazy, in fact, I'm not even going to use the stairs to collect the gravity gun. Yep. Yeah, just ascend the balcony like, Maybe it's on a timer. One of you on the Discord said, not sure if this is the right spot to put riddles/hints, but the altar of he who usurps patient demands 4 runestones, carved by the might of the foundational elements. That would be... Ah, that would make sense. Those 4 pillars that we saw in that dimension. The rituals necessary were recorded long ago on slabs of lodestone, one tangled in the roots of the lesser cousins of the uniformly grand trees. Uh-huh. One sunk in the sand under deep, still waters. Oh, great, that's what that is. one perched high in the Tower of Lightning, at the first of that, which makes oscillations continuous, and one buried in the consecrated grounds. Could that be the Stonehenge, maybe? Killjoy, don't scare me like that. You said the lesser cousins of the uniformly grand trees. Well, these are the test trees, right near uniform. Maybe something to do with these? Killjoy, we're gonna have to ask you to idle, because otherwise you're gonna be running all around this thing trying to get to us. We can sort of see under trees when they're on a hill. Does that maybe have something to do with it? I mean, these things definitely have, like, these jutting roots, which I don't think the other trees do. Right here. Plastic scrap? I didn't know you could get whole scrap. Unfortunately, it doesn't help me all that much. So I just did a little reading to try and help me find these things. Good God. The things you have to do to get, like, the remaining Easter eggs in the game are absurd. Like, it's literally like, do this specific action in this specific spot at this specific time, and then it'll work. And if you did something wrong, well, you'll never know. I don't know. We're at the point where we are fast running out of stuff that I can reasonably be expected to figure out. Why don't we just go fishing? Real foggy day for some fishing, huh? But these are kind of the submarine moments you gotta live for in this game. I still have no idea how to fish, by the way, or why bait keeps appearing at my feet. But this is the life I wanted. Isn't that right, Killjoy? You literally can't resist leering ominously from behind the brush. Oh, I think this is an actual bite. Yep! Whoa, what are you? No, really, what are you? Oh, is that our bait on the end of a hook? For a second, I thought you were wearing, like, little white Mickey Mouse gloves. Okay, I think we need a knife to gut you. Do you think they'll accept that ritual? Okay, if we put you... Maybe we'll be able to keep you if we put you in the log, like you won't be able to flip-flop your way away? Oh, you look pretty good at the flip-flopping. Killjoy, kill. You look ready to kill. What if I use weapon? No! That was the best thing that could have happened to you. And you're off. And I'm drowning because I'm carrying all this stuff. Oh well. You win some, you lose some. And we learned how deep Killjoy is willing to go. You're a creepy thing, you know that? But you're my creepy thing. Okay, we can actually get you from here. Question is, do we need to get, like, a lot closer? Prop is invalid? What do you mean prop is invalid? I'm drowning. I'm drowning. I'm drowning. Get up! Ugh. What do you mean prop is invalid? Hang on, there is something down there. Something big. Okay, this is gonna be one of those swim to shore and save things. We're in. Oh, and there's a whole bunch of rocks here. Wait, was this the case before? No, but we found a burger. We found a burger. And I certainly deserved this. Tell you what, if we have the metal detector... Anything? Nope, it was worth a shot, though. Now, let's go see what that thing was. Oh, right after we save, of course. I can't remember if we did. We may have lost the fish, but this may be an even better catch. Also, I thought there was something floating there, but I think it's... Wow, the light actually kind of refracts a little bit, which is cool. Assuming we're fully healed, let's go down here, grab whatever this is, and... Oh, what the heck? It's a wireframe error model. The source legacy lives on. Wow. It may not be some kind of ancient runestone, but I guess it might as well be. I mean, if you're a gamer, it is. We can eat it. We can't hold it. Can't collect it. There's not enough space. All right, we've put away all we can. And now we've got it. What does the item display as? Not a prop. And no info. Can't drive while holding an object. I don't think I'm holding an object. Can't gather object when I press R. This is real cursed. If I drop you, now I can't get on. Can't gather. What's in my hand? Arm is busy. No, it isn't. What's happened here? Have I completely broken this game? Tell you what, if I pratfall, that'll cause me to drop what I'm holding, right? That's how it works? There we go. Something very, very fishy is going on in this area. And that pun, I'm serious, I swear was not even intended. But it looks like the rain is coming, Killjoy, so we better get inside. Many cozy days await, even if the day is perpetually locked on 49. I think the clock still displays the number of days it's been, but the save displays 49 because that's how the game measures what events should have already happened when you're creating a new world. But yeah, for the record, I'm certainly not saying I'm not going to do the thing with the ritual knife. I will, I totally will. I want to see everything. Just not right now, because after all the time I've spent recording today, this and other videos, I just don't have it in me right now. And as always, I am definitely going to need more advice to make the most of it. Somehow, though, despite having absolutely no direction or idea what I'm doing, we managed to make this a pretty packed day. Even if it was entirely shenanigans-based. But I like shenanigans. Let's just listen to one more unknown. And we'll call it a day. And what a day it's been. It looks like Eerie finally came out of her shell a bit, played a little bit around the rock, or in this case, pretend campfire, or burning hospital, depending on how you interpret this. Well, Daddy Allen and Mark, watch. He really does look like a dad who's just like watching his kids play at the park, doesn't he? I think once we have the money, though, we're finally going to buy that hazmat suit and really dedicate ourselves to delving into the caves, not just like a token effort made because we need to fill space in an episode. I have noticed a radar contact's been showing up near there. I did look for it at one point, but wasn't able to see anything. But yeah, next stop, caves. And hopefully a solution for the skull issue. Meanwhile, how is our crypto rig going? It's been going since last night, so this could be a good gauge of just how it's doing exactly. 195, not bad. That's gonna be like around 300 a day. And we can increase the efficiency. Meanwhile, let's drop this potentially save-destroying trophy right here. This is what we have backups for. And just, I don't know, find a funny place to put it. Honestly, it feels right at home here after everything we've been through. I mean, an object literally proving that this world is a simulation. Of course it would be used by Dr. Kell as just an ornament. But with another rainy day ahead of us, I think it's time for us to put our feet up, relax, get a couple more signals so the bosses are happy, and just kind of enjoy what we have. I think next time I'm gonna try out the solar mode, but there's definitely more to be done in this save itself, but that'll have to wait until next time. Until then, if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this game out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one. I wonder if the Allays think that this yogurt is made out of them.